Hello everyone, this is our next video of PCNSS series. So in this video, we are going to discuss Palo Alto Management Services. We'll cover Palo Alto Management Interface. We'll cover Palo Alto Interface Profiles and so on. We'll cover on this video. So let's start with this Palo Alto Management Interface. So Palo Alto Management Interface provides out-of-band management port that can be used to perform firewall administration functions. So let's say if you want to create a policies, if you want to create a service objects, network objects, so you can perform those administration functions using this management interface. So this is the out of band management dedicatedly for that administration, firewall administrations. So I have another slide. So if you buy a new Palo Alto firewall, you will see dedicatedly management port is there, console port is there. So what you need to do, you need to connect this management port to your switch, and that switch you need to connect with your PC so that you can access this firewall from your management interface. And this is console port. So access this firewall from console port. So you need to take that serial cables, and there are USB serial converter is also available. So you can use that converters to plug that cable on your USB devices. So you need to connect directly with your PC. And after that, you just need a one POTI software like this. Select the serial cable and COM port, and then open this firewall will open on the console port. So this is these both are the management things. This console ports and this management port. These both are the firewall administrations. And let me go back to my Palo Alto VM. So to access this management interface configuration, this requires to click on these devices, setup, highlighted it, devices, setup, interfaces. This is the management interface. Now we can click this, and in my case, this is the static IP address. This is the static type of IP. These are the static IP addresses I have provided. Currently, it's enabled on the HTTP and HTTP S and SSH. HTTP is not enabled as of now. Telnet is not enabled, and ping is enabled so that we can ping this management interface from our PC. Based on organizational requirement, we can enable HTTP at Telnet, or we can disable it. That's the organization requirement. So once done the configuration, let's say I want to enable this HTTP also. So I can select it and I can close it. So once the enable, it will available here that ping HTTPS, SSH and HTTP. It's available on here. We generally don't allow this HTTP and Telnet because these are the plaintext protocols, and other two are the encrypted protocols. These two are the encrypted protocols, and these two are the non-encrypted protocols. And this is the network services. So if you want to ping that interface, you need to enable that ping services. If you want to integrate with the user ID identifications on the AD, then we can enable this, or if it's not required, we can keep it as it is planned. And if we have any kind of monitoring service that we will pull that SNMP traps from the firewall to the SNMP server, then we can enable this SNMP options first. So once we done the configuration, just select that SNMP or whatever required and just OK. After that, it's required to commit to save this configuration on the running config. So now the configuration is started committed from candidate config to the running config. So till time it's going to commit, let's discuss on the another topic. So our another topic is the interface management profile. So this interface management profile we created on the network tab, and it is used to control management traffic that is being sent towards the Palo Alto firewall. Let's say if you want to restrict or you want to access this Palo Alto firewall using your data plane interfaces, which we discussed on our previous sessions, like trust, like that Ethernet 1/1 and so on and so forth. So if you want to access or manage this firewall using your data interfaces, so we can apply this management profile so that it will available from the data interfaces also. So let's have a quick view of this profile. To access this management profile, you just click on the network and interface management. Let it highlighted network interface management. Just click on that. I am just typing anything. Let's say I type test. In my case, I'm going to enable HTTPS, SSH, and ping. So HTTPS, SSH, and ping. So once done, I will save it. But till now, it's not applied to any interface. To apply that interface, go on the interface. You can go to the Ethernet 1/1, and let's say this interface has a layer 3, and go on the IP address to provide 192.168.12.1 slash R1.1 PPTV slash 24. Go to the advanced tab. So we need to apply this management profile here. So just select and apply this management profile and OK. By attaching this interface, so even Palo Alto is giving the warning by attaching the interface management profile, this interface you potentially expose the firewall administrative interface. Any party can reach this interface. Would you like to continue? So in my case, we are okay with this potential risk. So OK. Now this management profile is attached and it's visible here. So basically the warning is, let's say this is our management interface. So generally we manage all kind of management things like policy creation and other things. We can use this management interface. Let's say in my requirement, I can connect one other device. Let's say I'm selecting in the test purpose. I'm selecting that this virtual PC and OK. And because these firewalls are running, so I cannot connect interface in the because it's a EVNG limitation. So I can not connect. I need to turn off so that I can connect it. So leave it as it is. But the point is here, if ETH1 is directly connected to here, and we want to manage this firewall using Ethernet 1/1, this is the interface of this Ethernet 1/1. Then we can manage this firewall using this PC after applying this management profile. Otherwise, if you try to access this interface without that management profile, you will not get anything. Like you will not able to access this firewall either SSH or either HTTPS. So it is important to apply this management profile on the particular interface so that you can access this firewall with the data interfaces. So this is related to the management profile. Let's check our commit. So now our commit is complete. So we have made some changes more. So let's commit more. So our next topic is this method of access this firewall. So you can see currently I'm accessing this firewall using that web interface. I just type that IP address on my Chrome and I'm able to access. The other way is also I need to take the Forti software and I have to type this IP address of this Palo Alto so that I can access this via SSH also. So this is the way of accessing this Palo Alto firewall. So now I need to type this admin and I need to type the password. So you can see I can access this firewall from SSH also. So why I am able to access this SSH? Because in the management profile, in the management interface, I have enabled this SSH here. That is the reason I am able to access this from SSH. If I disable this, then I will not able to access this management interface via SSH. Other protocols are available. So we discussed 2 points: web interface, CLI, and the other way is to access this Panorama. So Panorama is a generally management server of this Palo Alto. So let's say you have a multiple PA firewall, PA1, PA2, PA3. So this is the, let's say, M100 or M200. This is the model number of this Panorama. We can take the Panorama VM also. These are the physical appliances, and we can take the VM also. To then we will connect our all Palo Alto firewall with this Panorama. So that instead of logging these firewalls, I can manage everything from this Panorama. Every management access like policy creations and other things I can manage directly from this Panorama. And third one is the XML API. So this is the API connector used by the automations. So we can, let's say, if we are Ansible or other automation tools are available to manage this firewall using the scripting Python codes, then we can use this XML API to connect this firewall. So other access restrictions are management interface. So I show you already. So HTTPS, SSH, ping, telnet, this we can enable it or we can disable it. It's all requirement only, and I already show you. So this is available here. So it's our requirement what we want to disable it or what we want to enable it. And this is the network services, and this is the administrative services. And the other topic is, let's go on the slide. So management services. So management services, these are the DNS, DSCP, and NTP. These are the management services. Let's say you want to configure that firewall DNS or DSCP. And so if I want this management interface type from static to DSCP, that we can do also. So other things we can also apply. For that, need to click on the services. So see, this is the Palo Alto update server. So this is the non-licensed VM. So I will not get any update from the Palo Alto. Let's say for the antivirus update, app ID, content ID, I will not get any updates. But in the real environment, these updates will be available. So here we need to provide the DNS servers of your network environment. Let's say you have in my case, I am entering that this global DNS, but in our organization, this should be that private IP. So local AD servers that provides the DNS services will take that IP here. If we have any kind of proxy servers, then we have to enter this column, that server proxy server IP, port number on which proxy server is working, and credentials. So these DNS servers are important to reach this update or Palo Alto networks or any other updates. Let's say if you want to update that software. So in this is the non-licensed VM, so we'll not get anything. But in real environment, once we click this check now, we'll get that all updated. Latest PAN-OS will be updated here. So for to reach these things, we need to apply the DNS servers on this Palo Alto file. Otherwise, that name resolution will not happen and all services will not work. The DNS services will not work. And NTP, so it is important to sync that time services. So for that, we need to provide that NTP addresses also. So for that, we have to tag that NTP server IP addresses, secondary NTP servers. If any authentication required, we need to select that key and auto key or none. So if it's requirement, let's say it's our requirement. We want to use that any global NTP, or if organization is having only local NTP, we can select all that NTPs. And the other topic is that service route. So by default, the firewall use management interface to communicate with the various servers. Let's say DNS servers. Let's say NTP servers. Let's say AD servers. By default, this service routes. So by default, this communication done by the management interface, and that is called our service routes. So let's say if your AD servers is reachable by the data planes, so we need to change this service route from management towards that data plane. Data interface, let's say Ethernet 1/1. I have copied this from Palo Alto. So let's say these are the services, and you want to check this DNS from management to that this interface Ethernet 1/1. So we can change to. I can show you this also. Let's clean it. To access this service route, so this is that service route, and from that DNS setup services and this service route. Click on this service route configuration, customize, and these are the services available. By default, it is using management interface. So we want to tweak to the data interface. So let's say I am taking NTP. So what is the source interface? So this by default this is management, but my NTP server is reachable by this Ethernet 1/1. So we'll select this Ethernet 1/1. It will pick up the interface IP and click on this OK to save the configuration. So if you see that now, source interface is changed from management interface to Ethernet 1/1, and this is the IP address of the Ethernet 1/1 and for this NTP service. Click OK to save this and NTP services. If I click here, so this is our NTP service. So to reach these servers, earlier it was using management interface. Now after applying this from service route, I changed this configuration to set the Ethernet 1/1. So earlier it was using management interface, and now it will use that Ethernet 1/1, and this is the data interface. This is the data interface. So let me summarize this for that service route. So basically, how management servers, how management, you can say management services for DNS, for NTP, for AD, it uses management interface by default to reach these servers. But in such scenarios, let's say your AD servers in Ethernet 1/1, or it's a part of your data interfaces. So what we will do, we will change from management to the data interface. So for that, I show you that for that to change to service route, just click on the service route and make that required service. Which service you want to move from management towards the data plane. So let's say if Panorama is used by default management, and now we want to select to the Ethernet, we can select it. Any services which is available here, we can select to Ethernet 1/1 or any interface. It's our requirement. In my case, I have configured one interface as a layer 3. That is the reason one interface is showing. Otherwise, multiple interface is available. Then it is we will get the option to select which interface we want. So this is the service route configuration available in the Palo Alto. So after that, once we done the all changes, we can commit all changes, and we can validate these changes if one due to some VM issue it is happening. Yeah, due to some VM issue, we can try with commit, because we are using this very old version of the PanOS. And in the VM case, this can be happen that preview will not show sometime. After some time, it will available. So this is like a warning I'm getting for this Ethernet 1/1 because I have not applied that zone, and which we don't care actually. We'll discuss on the later videos. So now configuration is going to complete. So once done, then we will be that okay. for our service route configuration and interface management configuration, we can do it. And one more thing, if you want to configure this management interface using CLI, we can also configure it. I have already accessed via SSH. To access this, we need to configure it. Just enter it. So it's similar to the Cisco only. Now our configuration is completed. It's similar to the Cisco only. So let's say I have to type, let's say, device config. So this is the command system. Then if you can put tab it, you will get that IP address. I'm going to type that 192.168.0.38, then net mask and 0. Further, we can set the default gateway. In my case, I'll change to that 0.1. So that's it for now. We'll enter it. Now this configuration is saved. To apply this configuration, I'm going to commit it. So it is the similar. I can commit via this way also, and I can commit via this CLI also. So this is the interface management video, and also we have covered the service route. We also covered the interface management profiles. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please support this channel by liking and subscribing this video. Thanks. Thank you so much.